The land of Aotearoa, New Zealand, is a place where mountains rise like guardians against the sky, their peaks kissed by clouds and their roots buried deep in the earth. But long ago, before they stood where they do now, these mountains were not silent watchers. They were alive, full of spirit and pride, and they could move, speak, and fight. This is the story of their great battle, a tale of love, rivalry, and the scars left behind in the land itself. On the wide plains stood 4 mighty mountains, each tall, each proud. There was Tongariro, strong and steadfast, whose snowy crown gleamed like a warrior's helmet. There was Taranaki, bold and magnificent, his slopes green with forests. There was Ngauruhoe, fiery and restless, smoke curling from her peak. And there was Ruapehu, mighty and broad, whose glaciers sparkled like shields of ice. But among them was also the most beautiful mountain of all, the graceful Pīhanga. Her slopes were covered with green forests, her ridges softened with beauty, her summit veiled in mist like a crown of mystery. Every mountain who saw her fell in love, for she carried both strength and grace, as if the earth itself had poured its heart into her form. The mountains gazed upon Pīhanga with longing, and in their hearts, love turned into rivalry. Each wanted her for his own, and soon the air between them thickened with tension. Tongariro, proud and commanding, declared, "Pīhanga shall be mine, no other can stand beside her." But Taranaki, tall and fearless, thundered back, "You may be strong, Tongariro, but your heart is cold. Pīhanga deserves warmth, and I will claim her." Ruapehu and Ngauruhoe also joined the quarrel, their voices booming like distant thunder, their peaks quaking with fury. The land trembled under their rage, and the rivers quivered in their beds. Pīhanga, caught in the storm of their desires, remained silent. She stood graceful and still, her misty veil hiding her sorrow. She had no wish for war, yet the mountains would not listen. Love, when twisted by pride, can lead even the mightiest to destruction. At last, the quarrel erupted into battle. That night, as the stars looked on, the mountains shook the earth with their fury. Fire burst from Ngauruhoe, rivers boiled as Ruapehu roared, and Taranaki hurled himself against Tongariro in a clash so great it split the land. Lightning flashed across the sky, thunder rolled like the beat of war drums, and the valleys shook with the force of their blows. The battle raged until dawn, when the first rays of sunlight broke across the land. Pīhanga watched in sorrow as the once proud guardians battered one another, their peaks scarred, their pride broken. When the dust settled, it was Tongariro who stood victorious. Though battered and weary, he claimed Pīhanga as his companion. The other mountains, defeated and shamed, withdrew from her side. Taranaki, wounded in both body and heart, could not bear to remain. With rage and sorrow, he tore himself from the earth, dragging valleys and rivers in his wake. He fled westward, carving a great scar in the land, the deep gorge now known as the Wanganui River. At last, he came to rest by the western sea, where he stands today, alone. His peak often hidden by clouds as though in mourning for the love he lost. Ruapehu and Ngauruhoe also retreated, their fires dimming, their spirits heavy with defeat. Tongariro, though scarred, stood tall beside Pīhanga, keeping her always within his gaze. To this day he remains her guardian, his snowy crown glistening in the sunlight, while Taranaki gazes back across the plains, longing for the beauty he could not win. But the land still remembers their battle. The deep valleys, the winding rivers, the scars across the earth, all are marks of that night when mountains fought for love. And so, when you stand in New Zealand and look upon these great peaks, you are not just seeing stone and ice. You are seeing living spirits, caught forever in a story of passion and pride. Tongariro stands proud, Pīhanga cloaked in her veil of mist, and far across the land, Taranaki keeps his lonely watch toward the horizon, as though dreaming of what might have been. This tale carries a lesson that is as true for us as it was for the mountains. Love is powerful, but when mixed with jealousy and pride, it can bring pain and destruction. True strength is not in conquering others, but in harmony, in standing tall without breaking the world around you. And perhaps that is why the Māori people tell this story, to remind us that the land itself holds memories of conflict, and that peace must be chosen, or the earth will bear the scars of our pride. So the next time you look upon the great peaks of Aotearoa, remember, they are not silent. They are storytellers, their shapes carved not only by wind and ice, but by love, rivalry, and the choices they made long ago. And if you enjoyed this Māori legend, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more magical folktales from around the world, and press the bell icon so you never miss a new story. Here's a question for you. If mountains could speak, what do you think they would tell us about love, patience, and pride? Share your thoughts in the comments below.